Philharmonic Orchestra playing Sibelius as conducted by Susanna Mälkki, the orchestra's chief conductor, a star in the world of classical music, one of a growing number of women conductors making their mark in this traditionally male role. And Susanna joins us now to discuss her fantastic career. Welcome, Susanna. It's so nice to have you here. You've recently been appointed chief conductor to the Helsinki Philharmonic. Congratulations. You're in demand all around the world. In fact, you're here in New York to conduct the Juilliard Orchestra, correct, this weekend? And this season, you're debuting at the Metropolitan Opera. Is that right? You are very, very busy indeed. How did you get your start in conducting? Did you begin as a professional musician?
Yes, I have my background in orchestra, actually. I was a cellist and I even worked professionally in an orchestra, so the environment was already familiar to me.
And is conducting very different from performing an instrument?
Yes, it is. Yes and no. I mean, the essence of the work is, of course, the music, but we approach it from different angles. The instrumentalists have their instrumental skills to polish all the time, whereas conducting is more management and intellectual, and we have the big picture. And in orchestras, of course, we have so many members, so it's more than one instrument.
And when did you feel the desire to start conducting? When was that something that you thought, you know what, I'd like to try this?
I can't actually say precisely when, but it grew on me because I played in orchestras since very early age, and I was always very fascinated to follow the process of the work. You know, the conductors are also leading the team towards the concert,
right? And
that fascinated me. And I've always been fond of the repertory. I think the orchestral repertory and operatic is the greatest.
And what are your favorite types of music as a conductor? What do you enjoy tackling the most?
Oh, there's so much fantastic music, of course. I feel very happy in the sort of early 20th century repertory, the big symphonic things. And opera also, of course, is so fascinating because there's this dimension of theater in it, which is fascinating.
Are there particular composers you feel a kinship with, or that you really feel that you understand on an emotional level?
Well, there are so many. And of course, as a performer, I always want to love the piece I'm performing at the moment the most.
Yes.
But I love the music of our time. For example, at the Metropolitan, we are doing a contemporary piece, which is very well received, and it speaks to, you know, our contemporary minds with a medieval story. It's actually really fascinating.
Now, when you make your debut at the Metropolitan Opera, you will be only the 4th woman to have ever conducted there in the Met's 133-year history. So that's a huge accomplishment, and you were the first woman to conduct at La Scala, is that correct?
Yeah.
So we know we have female musicians playing in orchestras all around the world. Why do you think it's taken longer for them to be seen at the conductor's podium?
Well, I think conductors are different from all the other performers in the sense that it's more like a management level position, you know. You're in charge, and it's even if I think that conductors and musicians are actually collaborating, that's what they should be doing, it is slightly maybe more power of position of power, I mean, and these positions have traditionally not been offered to women earlier. And also we have to remember that in the old days, there were no women in orchestras even. So it wouldn't have been natural for women to conduct them because there were no members.
Right.
So it has been a slow process.
A slow process, but now there's a growing pool of female talent. It's wonderful to see.
Absolutely.
Now, what is it also about Finland? I read somewhere, I don't know what's in the water, but I read somewhere that 50% of the world's best conductors come from Finland these days?
I wish, but well, we have a good training for conductors, and there has been a beautiful tradition, and also tradition of the more experienced conductors helping the younger ones, and it's a continuity, and I suppose the mentality may be good for it. I don't know.
And finally, one last question: what is going through your mind when you're conducting? Is it an emotional experience for you?
It is as well. I think it's at best it's a combination of total freedom and you know, getting swept by the music. But of course, there's a lot of preparation preceding that.
To get to that point where you can sort of become...
Let go.
Yes, right. That sounds wonderful. Susanna, thank you so much for coming to see us.
Pleasure. Thank you so much.
And good luck at Juilliard and the Met coming up. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.